one of our favorites on to talk about, and they needed an expert. You got to bring on an expert, right? You're talking about, broadband, smart grid, cyber attacks, lead pipes, getting the lead pipes out. You know what I mean? And you're using communism to do it. You obviously have to bring on someone who's either an expert in lead pipe, smart grid, cyber attacks, and bridges, or an expert in communism, probably both. Let's see who he brings in. It's going to be very exciting. Who could it be? But, sorry, hold on. I turned off the audio because...
Full to have her now. Candace, great to see you. So, they are...
I'm glad that we're reminding her. That's the breaking news, by the way.
Intentionally making things worse because tearing down what we have is a prerequisite to building utopia. I think that is the answer to what we're saying.
Well, if you have an old bridge and you want a new bridge, don't build the new bridge on the old bridge. I think that's what they're talking about. Because the title of this is Candace Owens, we are not building back anything better under Biden, which sounds like a lyric to a children's song, but I'm sure she'll explain what she means. That her according to her engineering degree that she got at Fox Nation, she's the way you build a new bridge is to stack it on the old bridge.
That's exactly correct. And this is an especially sensitive topic for me today because I spent the earlier part of the day speaking to a North Korean defector. And I was actually horrified hearing her speak about what she lived through while she was in North Korea and understanding that, what they're really trying to do right here in America is build exactly that model where the state controls and owns and operates everything.
Yeah, no, they aren't. No. None of that is state-run. These are all state funds. These are government funds. They're federal funds, not state, because there is no separation of powers underneath North Korea. They don't have states. They are the state. We have a federal government and lots of states. As a matter of fact, I don't know what you would even call our country if you were just starting out. Maybe something along the lines of a United States.
Have nothing and you will be happy because you have served some higher purpose.
That's right. We're all useless eaters who will all take our turn getting eaten. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound good at all.
I like wood.
All right.
Government, some higher idea, which you're talking about, these ideologues, some higher idea, green new energy. You did it for your planet. You need to have nothing. You need to shut down these pipelines. You're not going to be able to afford to fill up gas, but look at you. You should be proud because now...
The pipeline part, the Canadian shale oil over our water aquifers aside, it's not green technology that's making oil prices higher. It's the Saudis and Russians jacking up the price and squeezing supply. I'm sorry, I thought for a second we were having a real conversation.
Part of the Green New Plan. And by the way, if you want anything...
It's called the Green New Plan now, guys. You thought it was the Green New Deal because it's a reference to the New Deal. And then they were saying, hey, it's like a Green New Deal. Look how catchy that is. It's the Green New Plan now. It's a Green New goal. It's a Green New goal. It's a goal. It's a green goal. It's a green goal. It's the Gringo Plan.
You got to worship government. This is the whole reason why when you talk about...
Yes. Dear Lord, and by Lord I mean government, please bless us with a bridge that does not shake every time I drive across it. As a lowly Domino's driver, it is very frightening that I have 30 minutes or less, so I must race across the rickety bridge and come back across the rickety bridge and die. And when I die, I will not go to you because you're an organization of states under a constitution and not some post-temporal deity that I worship. But you get the point. So please, Lord, federal government, repair this bridge. Amen.
What is the thing that connects these attack of the education system? Why are they dumbing down kids? Why are they being so horrible about families? Why do they want children turning to government and not to their parents for answers?
What the fuck are you talking about? You do know what school is for, right? One of the things that school is for is so that your parents don't have to know every fucking thing. Yeah, why don't people with 2 BAs working on their PhD turn to their parents for baseline trigonometry and the fundamental engineering physics underlying thermodynamics? Why? Why do they turn to a government institution for that? And by government, I mean a private university that happens to be in a state that operates under its own educational system and never mind.
Well, one thing that ties this all is that.
By the way, guys, I see some people in the chat taking her seriously and this seriously and making it a black and white kind of thing. You're missing the whole point. You're getting wrapped up in this. She's not indoctrinating people because of her skin color. She's not been indoctrinated because of her skin color. She's not a posturing black conservative that white conservatives make use of. None of that matters. She's an idiot and he's an asshole. Let's leave it at that.
Don't want there to be any.
Don't get me wrong. I'm fairly certain she's an asshole too, but that's so far in the conversation.
But the state in your individual lives. In fact, one of the things that this North Korean defector told me was that there was no concept of love, right? She said, we don't have words like stress. We don't have words like social justice.
No. Well, I seem to see the increase of those kind of words in our society, so perhaps that means we're moving away from the North Korean model, as much as so many of us on the left apparently want it. The fuck?
In Korean. She's like, there's no concept of this in the state, because they don't want you to even think about that, because...
Wait a minute. No. In North Korea, they may not have these things, but there's words for stress in Korean, in the language. Jesus.
Supposed to know that.
Thank you for upping the Twitch subscriptions, you guys. I appreciate that. I had been neglecting telling people, and it was just going
how things are supposed to be. Every movie that they're allowed to watch in North Korea, and this really terrified me,
was just the Left Behind movies. And as much as we love Kirk Cameron's work, as you might have seen yesterday, they just, you know what the ending's going to be. It's the rapture, for Christ's sake. Literally.
Concept of anybody dying is for the state. The highest honor is for the state.
Tucker, by the way, is just on a loop. He left a long time ago. They just play. This is like when you have a bank robbery and they take the security cameras and they record a couple of seconds and then they just put it on a loop over and over again. Just anytime he has a guest on, he just fucks off to the bathroom and they play this furrowed brow loop.
Right now, and people thought this was a radical concept years ago. This is a Republican talking point. It's not. We are seeing America being radically transformed into a communist country. That is what.
Yeah, that's totally what's happening. And you know how you know that? It's no infrastructure week. Now, when Trump was trying to do all of these very same things, somehow not communism. By the way, none of this communism.
Happening right now. People need to wake up to this, Tucker. I cannot say it enough because it's happening quickly. How have they done it? They needed an existential crisis. Well, COVID-19 is their never-ending existential crisis. This is why we have to take.
Well, no, it'll obviously end at some point. If we were still talking about COVID and masks and there was nothing going on for 10 years, this shit just happened. It just happened, dum-dum. Hi, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. You feeling lonely? He's just coming by. He's walking around under my feet. Hi, you okay? Yeah. You just purring? Are you sleepy? Am I making too much noise? Is that what it is? I'm yelling at the dumb lady and the dumb guy. It's the Dum Dum Show. Right. That's right. Excuse me for a moment. They don't have a word for this in Korean. You can't fall asleep on me, buddy. I got a show to do. He's literally like, this is good. I'm good here. There you go. He's just under the desk now. He just wants to, like, just hang out. Here, hop over. I made you a little box and everything. Just go sleep in that. Go sleep in there. Go lay in there, buddy. Just lay in the little box. Yeah. Don't bite my foot. All right. He's so sweet. Okay, here we go. It's called dinner. He's already had it. All right.
This is why we have to shut down your businesses. This is why you can't.
Oh. He just jumped up on his own. Look at that. He's just like, I will not be denied. He's now Glenn Close. And, okay, here you go. Hi. Yeah, I know, buddy. I know. It was, yes, we had lovely cuddles earlier. I was taking a nap because it was a busy day. And we had such a great time. And now, Jesus. This is so, yeah. This is just, we're trying to indoctrinate people into communism by using tax dollars to help businesses not drive across bridges and roads that will fall apart. You know, how will we stop communism from being trucked into Canada if the roads aren't good? Here, how about this guy? How about this? Hold on. Let me put this over here. And then you can settle in here. Yeah? And that's your little bed. And then it's your little bed. No, don't pull that down on yourself. Do not, no. All right, something to do. There you go. Yeah, just lay down. There you go. It's your little place. Yeah. Just dig down in there. All right. I made him a little box with I took one of those storage boxes that I had, and I just put a pillow in it. And I thought, oh, it's a bed. And it's not. He just gets in there and just wants to tear it to pieces. Hi, silly. No, you cannot jump from there to me. No. Don't, get off the lights. This is too sweet. All right.
A living while we take trillions for ourselves because we're here to help. No, we're not. We're here to take over every aspect of your lives and welcome you to a socialist reverie.
A socialist reverie? It's very reverie. The whole thing is reverie. You can't have. Okay, I'm just gonna say that if you want communism, if they really are pushing communism, you can't also have the thieving oligarchy, because technically that's not what that is. Like, we're gonna take all the trillions of dollars for ourselves, which will be worthless if you have communism. Oh, there's 666 people in the chat. It's time for the super chat challenge. If you're hanging around, don't forget 666. Any derivation thereof will upset a right winger. Here we go.
It just feels like the cost of this is getting really high.
It just feels like it's getting really high. Asshole, they signed off on it last Friday, the infrastructure bill, and the BBB price tag is going down. It's going down. It started higher. It's been cut more than in half. The fuck are you talking about?
Underneath, I mean, there are a lot of signs of it without being too specific, but you can kind of feel the society going sideways.
Can you? Well, the nice thing is there'll now be rails on the side of sections of highway where they've been broken down, so that'll keep, if you go sideways, or maybe there'll be trucks for putting salt on frozen roads. Perhaps would be the thing. Are you jumping up here again, young man? Hi. Please, thank you. All right.
Underneath, I mean, you could see actual unrest. That's the last thing anybody wants. Do you think
you could see actual unrest about universal pre-K that the state provides funds for, but will go to private industries and state organizations? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Now he's pulling wires. Give me a second. Get out of here. What are you doing? Come here. I saw that, you little stinker. What are you doing? I know. What the hell? He says this is all right. Hi. He's like, but I wanted to sleep on your face. I just want to lay down and you're doing this stupid show. He's a rascal. That's right. Hi, buddy. I'm putting you outside the office. I know you're going to be upset, but this is how it's got to be. I'll bring you back in at the end, okay? Go mess with Murphy. Yeah. No. Stay out. There we go. I closed the door. I didn't close it all the way because I don't have the heart, so he might push it open and come back in again. When it comes to my cat, I'm such a commie, you know what I mean? Oh, he came right back in. Chip, just go do something, buddy.
That they could be putting too much pressure on the population?
Yeah, pressure on the population? Whoa. If they push people too far with these like bridges and roads and community college, gee willikers.
I think they're aware, but I don't think they're scared. I think this is something that's...
Yeah, why would they be scared? What are these assholes going to do? January 6th, every preschool? What are they going to do? Stop the building of bridges and roads? I understand what this is about. This is about the infrastructure bill, which just passed, and the Build Back Better plan, which is being cut in half and negotiated down, but has some good stuff in it, but essentially is like 80% of the country is for this shit. And they're like, there's going to be an uprising. My goodness. Gosh.
Going on for a very long time. This didn't begin with Joseph Biden. We know that, Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, no, the infrastructure week was going on the entirety of the Trump presidency. I think it just ended just now.
Would have been a person that helped to catalyze this had she become our president, but she didn't get that, and they felt like Trump actually stopped their plans. They started this process very slowly. And
yes, he stopped their plans for infrastructure by fucking up his own infrastructure plan. That would be the...
Really was awake to it. I certainly was. And I thought, okay, maybe we are just trying to do some socially good things. Maybe they are just trying to help everybody out. But then suddenly, when Trump was in office, it became very apparent that something else was happening in this country.
Something else is going on. Something else said, I know you're there saying universal pre-K, but it's really teaching them horrible communism and Marxism. Have you ever seen the sharing is caring video? Well, it's a video now. It used to be a film strip, actually, and it would go, they play a little record, and they go, dong, and the teacher would go, crack, and you'd watch another, and I was indoctrinated for the longest time by the original communists to think that sharing is caring.
This obsessive this obsession and focus on racism, on white supremacy, on making children say, look, anything that happens in this country is the fault of racism, not the obvious fault of what's standing in your face, which is that it is the fault of government. Every hardship that we're facing is the government's fault.
By the way, it's just in case you were wondering, having a victim mentality is not a good thing, according to the Tucker Carlson show and network that it's on.
Now in this country is because of the government. We're not building back anything better right now, Tucker, and Americans need to wake up to that fact.
Yeah, we're not, okay? These are communist bridges. You don't understand, okay? Have you seen the when kids are playing with blocks in preschool? Yeah, those are communist blocks. Where have you heard that phrase before? The communist bloc. Yeah. People need to wake the fuck up.
Candace Owens, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for filling this segment in so I could go and take a shit and come back as we play a loop of my face going,